What is up, guys? All right, so I'm doing a separate TBR and wrap up this month. My wrap up should be out in the next few days, hopefully. But yes, announcement. Readathon announcement. So my friend Lyra Bat and I will be doing the Mental Health Awareness Month Readathon, which is this month, which I should have advertised better. But alas, here we are. But yes, Lyra organized this, and I will link her channel. And a live show will be on her channel sometime later this month, and she will be joined by myself, Amy, aka Potato Brarian, Kristen, aka Red Read Wine, and Rima at Rima Reads. And yes, here's the tic-tac-toe board. So we've got adult book with mental health rep, read the group book, which I will get to momentarily, genre fiction with mental health rep, contemporary fiction with mental health rep, free space, YA book with mental health rep, nonfiction book about mental health, children's or middle grade with mental health rep, book with both LGBTQ and mental health rep. And boom, here is the book, Every Heart a Doorway. Wait, why is my camera not here? Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever, we're just gonna go with it. Children have always disappeared under the right conditions, slipping through the shadows under a bed or at the back of a wardrobe, tumbling down rabbit holes into old wells and emerging somewhere else. So yeah, this is some sort of like portal fantasy-ish type thing. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in this, definitely pick it up. It shouldn't be too long. And yes, standalones are good because I'm in the middle of way too many series right now. So yeah, you can join us with this if you want. My adult book with mental health rep is going to be, boom, Murderbot, which I do not actually have the book for, but I have the lovely Avrana Kern to stand in as a bot. And you guys know how much I love bots. So I've got to read the first installment of Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells. I'm told the main character has anxiety, so it definitely fits the adult book with mental health rep. And then boom, YA book with mental health rep, Six of Crows, which I know is getting a lot of hype right now because of the Netflix show Shadow and Bone, which I've not read. And, you know, I just can't take Shadow and Bone seriously. It sounds like a more explicit version of Netflix and Chill. That's what I think of every time I hear the title Shadow and Bone. And my juvenile mind, like, can't get over it. I'm, like, literally 5 years old, guys. So we're just skipping all of that, going right into Six of Crows, which I hear is better anyway. And this is some sort of heist story where there's like a band of people who are taking some sort of item or artifact. Yeah, you know. So yeah, I hear good things. Then we've got a nonfiction book with mental health rep. So I read We've Got People in 2019 by Ryan Grimm. And this basically like is covering progressive rights / movements over the last 30 years, but mostly the last 10 years. And I think this is like a really good book to read if you want to like just learn more about politics and at least in the United States and, you know, what's going on and what has been going on. Although it's starting to get a little outdated, I think it's very important. And yes, chapter 7 is the gay rights chapter. So this was actually co-written with Carrie Elevend. And she was the author of Don't Tell Me to Wait, How the Fight for Gay Rights Changed America and Transformed Obama's Presidency. And she interviewed President Obama 3 times, including once in the Oval Office. And she now works as a senior political writer for Daily Kos. This was a few years ago, so I don't know if that information is current. But yeah, here is the book. And it's super cool that Ryan Grimm actually co-wrote the chapter about gay rights with someone who followed that issue much more closely, and it put this book on my radar, which it would not have been on my radar otherwise. Yeah, and I don't know how much mental health is talked about in this book, but almost by definition, when you're talking about LGBT issues, it intertwines with mental health. So, like, as you could tell, like, the words mental health aren't in the synopsis. But again, naturally, when you look at the history of LGBT rights, things like being gay was in the DSM as, like, a mental disorder. And you know, things like electroshock therapy were the mainstream thing that was prescribed to gay people to try to get them to, like, pray the gay away or, like, shock the gay away or whatever, like, insane, barbaric stuff that people advocated for. And I think in a lot of ways we've kind of gotten to a point where that's a lot less of an issue, although it is still an issue for, you know, some teenagers who are, like, trying to tell their parents, but their parents, like, aren't having it, you know? But now a lot of, like, the mental struggle comes with trans people. And I know trans people, particularly trans teenagers, have a much higher suicide rate. And that's because society isn't seeing them as the gender that they see themselves as. And this is called gender dysphoria. Now, there's, like, two main ways that society has viewed solving gender dysphoria. One is, like, the pray the gay away approach, which is, like, try to get trans people to pretend that they're not trans. It's kind of like trying to get the gay people to pretend that they're not gay. And, you know, this just doesn't work. And it actually hurts their mental health even more when loved ones in a trans person's lives do not accept them as the gender that they see themselves as. And in fact, the suicide rate for trans teenagers and trans people overall goes down if they have one close friend or family member that is supportive of them and their transition. And yes, being supportive of trans people is the second and obviously the preferable way to interact with trans people in our society. So yeah, we want to accept them. We want to encourage puberty blockers and hormone therapy. Puberty blockers are something that has been around for a very long time, and it's considered extraordinarily safe from what I understand. Obviously, every caveat in the world, I'm no doctor, but if someone can link me something contradictory to what I'm saying, go for it. But from everything I've seen, they're extremely safe. They were originally used to treat thyroid problems, so they're accepted by doctors for at least that reason, which is great because that means conservative and fascistic governments can't outright ban the treatment because it's used for other things. And then there's this talking point of, what if someone transitions, but then they realize that they made a mistake or whatever? First of all, that happens very rarely. And yeah, it's like 1 in 200 people who want to detransition after starting their transition. But usually them wanting to detransition or go back on some of the transitions doesn't actually mean that they're not trans. It just means that, like, oh, like, I don't like how this is affecting my hormones, but they still see themselves as transgender, or at least most of them do. So, like, basically what I'm saying is puberty blockers are, like, a very good, well-accepted medical procedure for trans people. But if you really want to concern troll about puberty blockers, let's say someone is on puberty blockers for a year and a half, 2 years, 3, 4 years, and then they're like, oops, I don't like this. If you stop taking the puberty blockers, you actually just enter puberty normally and just go back to producing the hormones you were producing before the puberty blockers. So you still have puberty, even though, again, that's an extraordinarily uncommon thing to have happen, where trans people start puberty blockers and then stop puberty blockers. I can't say puberty, apparently. And, you know, I was a suburban white boy once, and when I first heard about all this, I'm like, yeah, that's weird as fuck. But once I did like 2.5 seconds of reading, I'm like, oh, this makes sense on, like, every level, scientifically, socially, interpersonally. You know, it's just, like, clearly the better thing to do in society. So yeah, that would be a nonfiction book about mental health. And then, wait, hold on. Wait, so I've got, oh no, do I not know how to play Tic Tac Toe? Guys, oh no, guys, okay. So we've got adult book with mental health rep, read the group book, free space, YA book, and then we've got nonfiction. How do I have 5 and not have 3 in a row? Oh my gosh. You know what? Okay, Slaughterhouse-5 is genre fiction. Okay, I was thinking about reading this anyway, because it's like historical fiction, right? Or is it fantasy? Oh my gosh. Dude, I don't even know. We'll read Slaughterhouse-5 by Kurt Vonneventure. What is his name? And yeah, from what I understand, Slaughterhouse-5 is a book about a veteran of World War II who has PTSD, and then he was a prisoner of war, and then he has like visions when he's a prisoner or something, and he like travels to like a alternate dimension, maybe. I don't know if this is like an Inception thing, so if it's like historical fiction and like he's just imagining that he's in this other world, or if he's actually in the other world and this is fantasy. But yeah, we'll read it. Wait a minute. Don't Tell Me to Wait was book with both LGBTQ rep and mental health rep. Oh, wait, that's how I had 3 in a row. Okay, I had this diagonal. Guys, I'm bad. I'm bad at the game. Okay, whatever. We're going to get tic-tac-toe. We will do it. All right, moving along. The buddy read for my Discord is, boom, Terry Pratchett, Guards. And I'm doing a live show with Joanna and other Joanna, and I will link their channels down below. But yes, Terry Pratchett, Guards. I hear such good things about this. Alan at the Library of Alexandria loves this, and after my journey into the Senlin Ascends world, I'm on Team Alan. All of Alan's opinions are my opinions.
Hey, Samwise sucks. How about that one? You ready for that? Samwise Gamgee sucks.
No,
Boom.
He's the best.
I don't think we've ever talked about this, but I've been waiting for this one. Samwise Gamgee sucks. I said it. Come at me. Sam's the Mr. Frodo. Shut up, Sam.
No, he makes
Oh
those
my
books.
gosh, the hobbits are all the worst.
No,
I hate hobbits.
The friendship between them is so hard.
What friendship? Frodo's an idiot, and Sam's like, let me carry your luggage. Master Frodo, can I carry your bags?
Hobbits suck. They're the worst. No one likes hobbits. And yeah, everyone should be reading Senlin books, and everyone should read Guards. I don't know why I'm endorsing this. I haven't read it yet. But yeah, I mean, I hear this is great. There's a dragon on the front. I hear that this book actually has a dragon in it, so it's not false advertising. Also, I hear Terry Pratchett is very funny, so we will hopefully learn from him and become more funny ourselves. Oh man, that'll be funny with like a very small subsection of my Discord who loves to remind me of how unfunny I am. Oh man. All right. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to this. Joanna are very nice people. It's very easy for me to tell when someone's nice by if they laugh at my jokes, because my jokes are not funny. Hopefully Terry Pratchett helps me with my humor problem. And yeah. Guys, this has devolved. I can't play tic-tac-toe. I can't talk about a book. All right, we're moving along. Boom. Malice, I'm currently reading. I'm maybe like a fifth of the way through. It's super boring so far, but I'm going to stick with it. People say the second half is amazing. Chapter 10, something finally happened that was moderately interesting of Malice. So I'm kind of like a little bit more encouraged. And yeah, Valor will also be read in this month. So yeah, super exciting. And yeah, John Gwen, who wrote both of these, yeah, I don't know. People like him overall. People like the series overall. So I'm definitely looking forward to actually getting into it and for something to actually happen. My friend Abby loves these books. And me saying that I think the first fifth of the book is boring has sparked outrage from people who like this book, even if those people agree with me that the first fifth, like half of the book is boring. They're like, but you can't say that because the book is good and you haven't read it all yet. And it's like, no, I can say what I want. All right, but yeah, moving along. Am I gonna actually get to this? I feel like I hold this up like every month and I've kind of failed. But yeah, The White Rose, third book in Black Company. We're gonna read it. It will happen. and basically just copy and paste whatever I said about this in last month's TBR into this TBR, and yeah, that was that was everything. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you're reading any of these books, and oh god, I know I'm tired when I'm just randomly laughing. I don't even know what I'm laughing about. Oh my gosh. All right, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time.